Good evening there. Welcome to this episode of Bacon with Bakee. I'm Bakee. Tonight we're going to present a episode of cinnamon rolls, a quick, easy recipe for cinnamon rolls. This comes from my daughter Leilani, who tried these cinnamon rolls this weekend, and she said they were the best she's had. So let's get started. We're going to use some milk, some yeast. I'm using Fleischmann's Rapid Rise Plus yeast tonight. Sugar, butter, salt, flour, eggs. For the filling, it's going to be brown sugar, cinnamon, and melted butter. But the first thing we want to do is warm up milk. So I just warmed up some milk, and we're going to pour that in this bowl here. Warm milk, it's not hot, just a little warm. Pour that in there. Then we're going to take our 2 packets of Fleischmann's yeast. I only need 2 tonight. We'll save the other one, maybe make a bread or something. So we're going to take our first packet, open it. They're not so easy to open. And we stick it in here. That's 1 packet and 2 packets. And then what we're going to do is mix it together with a half cup of sugar. Half cup of sugar already pre-measured. Just any granulated sugar will do. We dump that into this mixture. I'll mix it together. As you can see, it's the milk, the yeast, and the sugar together. And then we're going to wait 5 minutes. Then we'll come back to add the rest of the ingredients. But we're going to cover it with a towel and let it just soak in there for about 5 minutes or so. I'll catch you back. Welcome back, everybody. It's been 5 minutes since we've mixed the warm milk, the 2 packets of yeast, and the half a cup of sugar. And this is what our yeast looks like currently. So what we're going to do is mix in a half cup of the salted butter. And mix that in. We're going to do a half teaspoon of salt. Measure a half teaspoon, throw that in there. That is good. And then we're going to put in 6 cups of flour. I already measured the flour. I'm going to put that in the mix. And then we are going to do 2 eggs. 2 eggs. 2 eggs. Huevos. Put this in the batter. 1, 2 eggs. What we're going to do next is knead the dough and let it rest for an hour covered. So I'm just going to knead this dough, mix it all together with my hands. Hands are clean. Don't worry about that. Hope everybody's having a good day, getting ready for Turkey Day coming up, which for us today is Wednesday, so next Thursday is Turkey Day. I'm going to do some recipes for Thanksgiving, so you guys can follow along in those recipes after this is done. And probably make some sweet potato casserole, maybe green bean casserole. Do some desserts, maybe make an apple pie. See what we have going on there. So I'm just going to knead this until it's all mixed together. All good. Then what we're going to do is let this sit again for about an hour covered. Let it rise. And once it's risen, then that's when we will roll it out and make these delicious cinnamon rolls. It does get a little sticky. So let me just show you what the dough looks like. And I'll knead it some more. And I'll come back and show you what it finally looks like. There you go. Catch you in a minute. So after kneading this for about 5 minutes or so, this is what the dough ball looks like in the bowl. So I'm going to cover this for about an hour, let it rest, and then we're going to come back, roll it out, and make some good old cinnamon rolls. But what I'm going to do first, while that is resting, I am going to mix together the filling. So that's all ready. So when we're ready to to roll the dough out, we can put the filling in. So the filling is going to be a half cup of cooled butter, which is right here. Let me get a spoon. We got the butter. I melted it, let it cool for a little while. So that's all good there. And then what we're going to do next is 1.5 cups of sugar, brown sugar to be exact. I should have taken this out beforehand, but we're good to go here. We opened up the brown sugar. So we got 1.5 cups of the brown sugar. I usually pack the cup down pretty well. I don't know if I'm using light brown sugar. I'm assuming you could use dark brown sugar, but I'm not really sure. So we're just trying light brown sugar today. And then we're also going to do 6 teaspoons of cinnamon. I have the cinnamon powder here, so 6 teaspoons into this. And then we're just going to mix it together in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Without the cinnamon, it would not be cinnamon rolls. It would just be rolls. So we've got that together. Again, that was 1.5 cups brown sugar, a half cup of cooled melted butter, and then the 6 teaspoons of cinnamon. I'm mixing this all together, and then when it's all mixed together, I'll just let it sit here until we're all ready for the cinnamon rolls to be put together. And then we'll put this mixture on the dough, then roll the cinnamon rolls together and then stick them in the oven. So it's not too hard to make cinnamon rolls, but the main thing is to make sure that dough rises so you have nice, warm, fluffy cinnamon rolls. So we're just going to let this sit here. Again, mix it together. Good cinnamon, brown sugar, and butter mixture. So I'll catch you back in a few minutes, or 60 minutes to be exact, once my dough is risen, and then we can roll it out. Catch you back soon. Thank you. Hey there, we're back with the cinnamon rolls. What we're going to do now is I'm going to get my rolling pin out, and we are going to get the dough that's been sitting for about an hour and roll that out. But while I'm doing that, I'm going to set my oven to 350. Preheat that while we are rolling this dough out. And what also I'm going to do is I have 2 pans I'm going to use for these cinnamon rolls. I'm going to spray them with just cooking spray. That way the cinnamon rolls will not stick when we put them in the pan. I'm doing 2. I should have enough cinnamon roll batter for the 2. Whoops. So first, before I roll this out, I am going to get flour. I'm going to lay flour down so it doesn't stick to the surface here. I'm just going to roll this out into a thin layer, basically. That way I'm going to cut it and then get it all good for the pans and to put my mix of my cinnamon, my sugar, and my butter. And roll that up gently. This will take a little while. I just like keep flipping it. What we're trying to do here is make it close as I can to a rectangle. Then I'm just going to cut it into thin slices and roll it into cinnamon rolls so they can bake up nice and fluffy. Again, I appreciate you guys watching this video and enjoying my recipes I bring to you. I'm not a professional cook, I just enjoy doing this, finding some recipes and showing people how to cook. That's not so difficult or bake. If you would, like and subscribe, give me a thumbs up. Any questions you have, please put them down below. If there's any certain recipe you want to see, maybe you don't know how to make, or you just want to see me make it, let me know as well. Again, like and subscribe. The more subscribers I have, the more videos I can bring to you. I'm trying to get up to 500 subscribers, so tell your friends, tell your family, tell everybody. Hey, you gotta watch this guy, Baking with Bakee. He does some great recipes, easy know-how recipes for everybody. Okay, so I think I'm happy with this dough here. As you can see, it's pretty thin, but I think it's going to be good for what I want to do. I'm going to take the cinnamon icing. Let me find my spatula. I'm actually going to use this thing to spread out the cinnamon sugar on here. If you don't think you have enough, you can always make more. Then what's going to happen is, while these are baking, I will make some icing to ice the cinnamon rolls when they come out of the oven. The other thing I've learned with this recipe that my daughter taught me is, when you put them in the pan, use about a half cup of heavy cream and just pour that over the cinnamon rolls. It helps keep them moist and actually adds some flavoring to the cinnamon rolls. So as you can see, I'm just kind of layering this, not layering it, making it one layer of the cinnamon goodness. Takes a little while to spread it. Just work it in the dough. What I'm probably going to do is try and make a little more, or just cook ones I have that this is on. I think that's what I'll do for right now. So what I'm going to do is take my handy dandy knife. I'm just going to use a butter knife. First, I'm going to cut this portion off here, since I don't have any cinnamon on it. I'm not use this butter knife. I'll use a regular knife. And I'm going to just cut thin strips and then roll them up. So I like my cinnamon rolls to be about, I'd say, 2 inches or so. What I'll do is make a little strip, actually maybe a little smaller than that. And then I'll roll it up. It looks like that's what it looks like when it's all rolled up. Then I'll place that in the pan, and we'll do another one. And what will happen is, while they're cooking, they will actually become big and fluffy and ooey gooey cinnamon rolls. And again, you just slice it, then you roll it up. Pretty big cinnamon roll there. Put it in the pan. Do another one. You can make them as fat or skinny as you want. Just trial and error, whatever you prefer. So we'll see how these come out. Like I said, this is a recipe I got from my daughter, Leilani. and we will see if she was correct with this recipe. And again, just keep doing that till you have no more dough. And the thinner you slice them to, that means more cinnamon rolls you're going to have. So it's just for me and my wife this week. So we're going to have probably 6 or 8 cinnamon rolls out of this batch tonight. Then maybe I'll make some for Thanksgiving breakfast for everybody to have some cinnamon rolls. It would be great for a nice cold day. Have some hot cocoa and some cinnamon rolls. So I'm doing 6 in that pan. Maybe I'll start the other pan with the rest of the cinnamon I have, or the rest of the dough I have. Sorry about that. Sometimes my brain just escapes me. So what I'm going to do with the pan I have there, I'm going to get my heavy whipping cream. I'm going to take about a half a cup of heavy whipping cream. Got my half cup here. We're going to pour it. May need a little more, but I'm just going to pour it all over the cinnamon rolls. There's actually no more than half. What I like to do, or what I'm told to do, is just cover to make sure the tops have enough on there. So this is what it's going to look like in the end. That is what your cinnamon rolls will look like. I'm going to put them in the oven again at 350 for 25 to 30 minutes. And I'll catch you when I bring them out of the oven. Again, like and subscribe. Click below. Give me a thumbs up. Any comments or recipes you want to see, let me know. Again, these are some great fluffy cinnamon rolls. I'll make some icing. All the recipe will be down below. So when you want to make this at home for your friends and family, it will be there for you. Thanks again. Welcome back again. While the cinnamon rolls are in the oven, about 15 minutes left, we are going to make the icing to put over the cinnamon rolls once they come out of the oven. There's 2 different types of cinnamon roll icing to do. There's a cream cheese version and the version I'm making today. I'll put both recipes for different types of icing below, so you can choose which icing you prefer better. This one's just a sugar base. The other one is a cream cheese base. So, but for this one, first you start off with 1.5 cups of confectioner sugar or powdered sugar. Again, that was one. Sorry, I had to get my measuring cups. So 1.5 cups of confectioner sugar here. I've got powdered sugar or confectioners. So there's 1 cup. Here's a 1/4 cup, and we need another 1/4 cup to make a half. So that's 1.5 cups of sugar there, powdered sugar. We're going to do 2 teaspoons of butter. I already softened it, so it has to be soft. And you put this in with the confectioner sugar there, or powdered sugar. And then we're going to put 2 tablespoons of milk. I have a half a tablespoon here, so I need 4 of those. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that's 2 tablespoons of milk. And then we're going to do a half teaspoon of vanilla. I'll probably put a little more vanilla because I like vanilla. So I'll actually probably do 1, 2. We're going to do a teaspoon and a half of vanilla in there. And then it's just simple. You mix it together. And then it will be your icing for these delicious cinnamon rolls again. See how quick that was to make? I'm actually going to put a little more of the powdered sugar in there, a little more milk. You can mix it how you like, how thick you like, or how thin you like. I will do a quick taste test to see how it tastes, see if it meets my approval. It is good. It's a little thin. I'm going to add a little more powdered sugar to thicken that up. But it tastes very good on this cinnamon rolls. Any other questions, let me know. But again, like and subscribe. That's how the icing looks. And this is a powdered sugar base. I also do the cream cheese base down below as well. So you have your options of powdered sugar base icing for your cinnamon rolls or a cream cheese frosting for your cinnamon rolls. I think that's about it for right now. Appreciate everybody watching tonight. As soon as the cinnamon rolls come out of the oven, I will show you, and then we'll just put our icing on, and it'll be good to go. Thank you so much. Hello, and welcome back to Baking with Bakee. So I just took the cinnamon rolls out of the oven, and this is what the final product looks like. I will show you here. Look how delicious and gorgeous those cinnamon rolls are. They fluffed up pretty big, so I got 6 cinnamon rolls here. Then my icing I made, I'm just going to pour that over these cinnamon rolls. And just make sure they're nice and ooey gooey. And there'll be some delicious cinnamon rolls for the morning. Just going to let them sit. If you want them, you can eat them now. If not, just let them sit, and you can heat them up in the microwave in the morning if you want, or anytime it's the cinnamon roll time. Again, thanks for watching Baking with Bakee, and enjoy the cinnamon rolls when you make them at home. Let me know your comments and how you like them, if you have any variations on the cinnamon rolls as well. Again, this is what they look like when they're iced. So good and delicious, and you can see the heavy cream that I put over them is all at the bottom. It'll be all solidified in a minute. Thanks again. Thanks for watching Baking with Bakee. I'm Bakee. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Have a great night.